Hi, sweetheart. Hi, Grandpa Birch here. All right, everyone, who's ready for another story time? Hey, today's story is The Amazing Zoe, A Queen Like Me. It's a little bit harder book, so you're going to have to help me out, okay? The Amazing Zoe in A Queen Like Me. Zoe thought of an idea as she almost finished cleaning her room. She said to herself, "Now that my room is clean, I think I'll ask Mommy and Daddy if I can go to play." She left her bedroom and went to see her mommy, who was in the kitchen. "Mommy, can I go over to Kaitlyn's house?" Zoe answered, "Sure, sweetheart. Just make sure you're home for dinner." "We're making pizza tonight," Zoe's mommy said. "Okay, Mommy. See you soon," Zoe said as she gathered her few toys. Zoe couldn't wait to run through the door. She loved to visit her friend Kaitlyn, who lived across the street. They were the same age, went to the same school, and both loved to pretend and play dress up. They were best friends. Zoe and Kaitlyn had many toys and costumes that they shared, but there was an outfit that was extra special. It was their absolute favorite. It was a princess outfit. It was a rose pink satin dress that was trimmed with pink lace. It had long lace sleeves and a collar that gently hugged the shoulders. The dress also had a long train that stretched almost halfway across the room. It was beautiful. "Wow, I love that dress," Zoe says. Zoe said, "Let's dress up as royals. Today I'd like to be the princess." "No way. I always play the princess." "That's my part," Kaitlyn demanded. But it's my turn now," Zoe said in anger. "It's my turn." "No way." Uh-oh. When Kaitlyn put on the dress, Zoe felt like she didn't want to play anymore. Kaitlyn said to Zoe, "I don't know why you would want to play the princess anyway. They never look like you. They're always look more like me." "Oh my. Not every princess is fair-skinned." Zoe asked, "Why would you say that? Princesses are girls, and I'm a girl." "Yeah, but they always have hair and skin like me," Kaitlyn said proudly. "That isn't fair," Zoe shouted. "Princesses look like me, not you." Oh no. That's not fair. Princesses come in all shapes and sizes and colors. Oh my. "I'm going home." Zoe began to cry and packed up her toys and said, "I'm going home." Oh man. Kaitlyn really put her foot in it that time. As Zoe dashed through the door, Kaitlyn's mother asked, Wait, where are you going, Zoe? You just got here." Zoe didn't answer. Kaitlyn's mother, she just kept going and ran home. Oh my, she's upset. I don't blame her. Man. When Zoe's mommy and daddy heard her coming through the door, they couldn't understand why she had come back so soon. "Hi, Zoe. You're here early." "Oh no, are those tears I see?" "What happened?" asked Zoe's mommy. "What happened?" Zoe was so upset. She could hardly speak. She finally found the words and said, Kaitlyn and I were playing dress up, and I wanted to play the princess this time. I never get to wear the dress. Kaitlyn told me that I couldn't because princesses don't look like me. Oh my, oh my. Zoe's daddy replied, well, that's not true at all. There were hundreds of great kings and queens and princes, and yes, little princesses in Africa, where we're all originally from. They all looked like you and me and Mommy. Zoe's tears began to dry. She perked up and asked, really? Royalty in Africa? Like who? Come and sit down. We're going to share a few names of the queens with you, said Zoe's daddy. Oh my. Queen Amina. Queen Amina. Sorry. The little parentheses here, it helps you pronounce the words out. Was the queen of Zaria, Nigeria. When she was young girl, she was a Hausa princess warrior from the northwest region of Nigeria. She later became a queen. Queen Zinga Mobani was a strong leader of Angola. She had many kingdoms and fought hard in their freedom against the rule of the Portuguese. Queen Yahosantiwa reigned over the Ashanti Kingdom of Ghana in 1900. She led a war against the British. Queen Anandi was from the Zulu Kingdom. She was the mother of Shuka, the greatest king in Zulus ever knew. Her advice led to the Zulus to victory countless times. Sylvia Nnabagereka was also known as the Nnabagereka, which means wife of the current king. She is queen of the kingdom of Buganda. She was a modern day Uganda. The current queen is a charity worker for human rights, women's rights, and the rights of children. Well, those names I'm not used to, but okay. You see, there were many powerful rulers, kings, and queens from many different countries and regions in Africa. Our black history as royals isn't spoken of because some people are filled with hate. They want to erase all memories of it. They don't want the rest of the world to hear our story. This is the unkindness and some of the past and present, Zoe's mommy explained. We have to do our part by doing some of the homework ourselves. There are many books and movies that can tell you about Africa and African American history, said Zoe's mommy. Zoe couldn't believe all that she had learned from her parents. Wow, Mommy, I didn't know all of this. I have to tell Kaitlyn. She better make me the princess next time, Zoe said with a frown. No, sweetheart, not with anger. Kaitlyn didn't know about African royals because no one taught her. We can all go over to Kaitlyn's house tomorrow and speak to Kaitlyn and her parents, said Zoe's daddy. Zoe started to feel a little bit better and said, "Okay, Daddy, I like that. Kaitlyn is still my friend, but I'm sad that she made me feel like I can't be a princess." "My dear Zoe, you are a princess. Not just when you're playing dress up, but you are every day. And when you grow up, my little princess will become queen," Zoe's dad said with a smile. "Thank you, Daddy," said Zoe, and she smiled back. Aren't all little girls princesses? "I'm ready to make pizza for my dinner. I'm hungry," Zoe said with an excitement. Zoe and her parents began to make their fresh homemade pizza. Oh my, sounds good. The next day, Zoe and her parents walked across the street for a welcome visit to Kaitlyn and her family's house. Zoe's dad had a big bag in his hand filled with a few special things. Kaitlyn and her parents greeted Zoe and her parents at the door with some treats. They baked vanilla cupcakes with chocolate frosting and rainbow sprinkles on top. Oh my. Looks like Kaitlyn is there too, and her mommy. There were Zoe and Kaitlyn's favorite flavor. Zoe was still angry about not being able to play the princess and said no to the cupcakes, then turned her head away. Kaitlyn became sad. "No." Aww. Zoe's mommy shared with Kaitlyn and Zoe the importance of sharing and taking turns when they play together. "It's about giving everyone an equal chance," said Zoe's mommy. Kaitlyn and her parents agreed, but Zoe's parents had more to say. Zoe's parents shared that ancient Africa had kings and queens who looked like them, who also ruled big kingdoms. They said some countries in Africa had royalty even now. Kaitlyn and her family were surprised to hear about the kings and the queens of Africa, but were excited to learn more. Zoe's parents were happy to share many more stories. That's nice. Educate with kindness, not anger. Later that day, while all the parents were still talking, Kaitlyn and Zoe skipped off to Kaitlyn's room where they usually played. Zoe brought the big bag that her dad had with her. What do you think she had in the bag? Kaitlyn said, "I'm sorry, I never let you play the princess." Zoe, I've only seen princesses that look like me. I didn't know that all little girls can be princesses. "I'm sorry." Yes, it's true, Kaitlyn. All the little girls can be princesses. "But it's okay. I'm glad that you're my best friend," said Zoe. And they hugged. Oh my, they're back best friends again. That's so nice. "So what do you want to do now?" Kaitlyn asked. "Can we play dress up?" Zoe grabbed her brown bag and looked inside. Oh, what was inside her brown bag? Zoe took out a beautiful, soft purple and green dress and a tall crown from the bag. The crown had red and green and shiny jewels on the front. "Whoa, that's so pretty! What is that?" Kaitlyn asked. "Can I touch it?" She was very curious. It looks so nice. Sure. Daddy picked it up for me yesterday. I think it's my new favorite outfit. Zoe began to put on the dress, and Kaitlyn helped while standing behind. Zoe and Kaitlyn smiled. They were both amazed by the beauty. Oh my! That's the prettiest dress ever, Kaitlyn said. Is that a princess outfit? Kaitlyn asked. No, it isn't a princess outfit, said Zoe, standing tall and strong. It's my Nnabagereka outfit. Today I'm playing Queen Sylvia of Buganda, who is a queen like me. Zoe invited Kaitlyn to put on her princess outfit and said, when Daddy picked up my outfit, he got something for you too. Zoe took out a beautiful beaded necklace out of the brown paper bag and gave it to Kaitlyn. Here you go. Now you have a piece of Africa with you too, Zoe said cheerfully. Kaitlyn was so happy, she placed the necklace around her neck right away. Then they sat down together as best friends for all afternoon tea party to the end of the day. That's so nice. It's nice when the kids can get together, the grown-ups too. And that's the end of the book. What did you think? All right. The amazing Zoe, a queen like me. All right, bye for now. And remember, Grandpa Birch loves you.